Okay, here are the answers for the 421 review preview. Find the boundary points for each of the following inequalities. Draw the boundary points on a number line and shade the solution regions. So you solve this as if it's an equal sign. So we get 2x plus 2 equals negative 6. 2x equals negative 8. So x equals negative 4. So at negative 4, we're going to use a closed circle. And since it's greater than or equal to, it's going to go this way. So our solution is x is greater than or equal to negative 4. For this one, we're going to subtract 12 and set equal to 0, and then factor it to find our boundary points. So it turns out our boundary points are 4 or negative 3 over 2. Open circles. And then we plug in values. So if we plug in 0, it ends up being 0 is less than 12, which is not true. So our lines up going in these directions. So our answers are x is less than negative 3 over 2, or x is greater than 4. Problem 66, solve the following inequalities and draw a number line graph to represent each solution. So this first one is 2x plus 3. We think of it as equal to 5, and 2x plus 3 equals negative 5. So 2x equals 2. 1 is one of our boundary points. And x equals negative 4. So there's an open circle at negative 4 and an open circle at 1. And then plug in values. We plug in 0. We end up with the absolute value of 3, or 3 is less than 5, which is true. So it's in between these two. This one is the same one, except it's greater than or equal to. So we actually don't have to solve. We know it's going to be at negative 4 and 1. They're going to be closed circles. And since it's greater than or equal to, they're going to go the opposite direction. So this one, you have 2x minus 3 equals 5, and 2x minus 3 equals negative 5. So we get 2x equals 8, or x equals 4. 2x equals negative 2, or x equals negative 1. So it's an open circle. Open circle. So then we plug in a value. I plug in 0. So I get negative, or 3 is less than 5, which is true. So I draw between the two lines. D, I don't have to do anything. It's the same problem again. So I just have to make sure. So this time it's a closed circle, and it's going in these directions. It's less than negative 1 and greater than 4. For E, I have 3 minus 2x equals 5, and 3 minus 2x equals negative 5. So I subtract 3, and I get negative 2x equals 2. X equals negative 1. So negative 2x equals negative 8. X equals 4. So open circles. Again, I'm going to try 0. So 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 is less than 5. It's true. So it's between the two, which means that this one is going to be the opposite direction. So then the next question says, describing a relationship sheet. So the boundary points were all similar. The boundary points were either 1 or negative 1 and 4 or negative 4. Problem 67, it said solve each equation so that you could plug it into a graphing calculator. So we would solve for y. So I get the opposite of y minus 3 equals 3x minus 5. Divide by negative 1. So I get y minus 3 equals negative 3x plus 5. Add 3. So y equals negative 3x plus 8. This one, divide both sides by 4. So I get x plus y equals negative 2 over 4, or negative 1/2. Subtract x. So I end up with y equals negative x minus 1/2. 68, solve each equation below. So for this first one, I started to solve it. So I got y squared minus 6y plus 9 equals 2y minus 10. So then I did y squared minus 8y plus 19 equals 0. And I started to try to find a solution. So then I put it into my graphing calculator, and it turns out there is no solution. So B, I do y minus 3 equals 2y minus 10, or y minus 3 equals negative 2y plus 10, because I do the opposite. So subtract 2y, and I get negative y equals negative 7, so y equals 7. And then I could get 3y equals 13. 13 over 3. So when I plug them back in, this one actually doesn't work. So the only solution is y equals 7. Problem 69, add, subtract, multiply, or divide. So in this first one, I factor it, and I factor the bottom of both of them to see what I have to multiply by. So this is going to be 2x minus 1 times x plus 5, x minus 4 on top, plus x plus 5. So I have to multiply, I'm going to change colors to show. I have to multiply this one, the top both by x, and this one by 2x minus 1. So I multiply this, I get x squared minus 4x, plus, when I multiply this out, I get 2x squared plus 5x minus 3, all over x minus 1, x plus 5. So then when I combine like terms, my final answer is 3x squared plus x minus 3 over, I forgot the x there, x times 2x minus 1 times x plus 5. This one I'm subtracting, so I factor again to see what I have to multiply by. And I get 4x squared minus 11x plus 6 over 2x plus 3 times x minus 2. So I only have to multiply the one side. I have to multiply this one by x minus 2. So on the top, I'm going to end up with 4x squared minus 11x plus 6. That's the difference of two squares. So plus x squared, sorry, minus x squared minus 4. So this time it's going to be plus 4. So I get 3x squared minus 11x plus 10. So then I factor this, and it turns out that this is 3x minus 5 times x minus 2. So these cancel, and my final answer is 3x minus 5 over 2x plus 3. Part C, so I can rewrite it as multiplication. So x plus 4, 2x minus 1, x minus 7, x plus 8, 2x minus 1, 3x minus 4, times x plus 8 and 3x minus 4 over 4x minus 3 and x minus 7. So I can cross out these, cross out these, I can cross out these, I can cross out these. So my final answer is x plus 4 over 4x minus 3. And then multiplication. So I factor my top. So I get 2m minus 3 times m plus 5 over m plus 4 times m minus 4 times m minus 4, m minus 2, 2m minus 3, m minus 2. So I can cancel those out, I can cancel those out, I can cancel these out. So I end up with m plus 5 over m plus 4. This problem, using the technique of completing the square. Solve this problem. Let's subtract 15 from both sides. X squared equals 60. So I'm going to complete my square. Adding 36 to both sides. So I get x plus 6 squared equals 96. Square root of both sides. So I get x plus 6 equals plus or minus the square root of 96 minus 6. So I get x equals negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 96. And you can actually leave it right like that. Problem 71. Factor each expression. So the first one I can pull out an x, so I get b plus a. The second one I can also pull out an x, so I get 1 plus a. The bottom top I can pull out an a. And the bottom factors to x plus 1 times x plus 1. These cancel, so I get a over x plus 1. This one is a difference of two squares, so I get x minus b times x plus b. The bottom I can factor out an a. These cancel, so I have x minus b over a.